Designing your conversational experience in Chatfuel is really only half the battle of building a successful bot. The other half is in exporting that data, such as lead information that you capture, to third-party systems like CRMs and e-commerce platforms. In this video lesson, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that using a plugin called Export via Zapier. This will let you integrate with over 1,000 apps and really supercharge your bot. So let's dive right in. In this example, I'm going to be showing you how to export email data to MailChimp specifically, but of course you can apply these same principles to any number of apps. So we're going to start in the welcome message, and I'm going to add a user input plugin to ask for the user's email. Typically, I would use the user email plugin, which is dedicated for lead capture, but because I've run previous tests and I can't subscribe the same email accounts to the MailChimp list to make it work, we're using the user input plugin so I can enter a random email here. So we're going to say, what is your email? And we'll save it to an attribute called email. Simple enough. Then let's add a confirmation message. We'll say, thanks for your email. Keep it simple. And then finally, as the last step in this flow here, we're going to add the Export via Zapier plugin. So I'll add that at the very bottom, and it's going to give us this unique code, which we actually don't need to copy and paste. Zapier will get that for us, but that is the unique identifier for this block and for this plugin, so we can integrate between the two, which you'll see in a second. So now I'm going to switch over into Zapier, and I'm going to create a new workflow here. We're going to start with Chatfuel. The Chatfuel app is the first step. Click Export via Zapier plugin. You can use these other options as well, but those serve different purposes. We're going to scroll down and connect an account. We're going to choose this same bot that we're building the experience in from this list. I'll click Connect, save and continue. Now we're going to select the block that plugin that we just created lives on, so we have that consistency. We're going to choose welcome message. This matches that numerical code we saw earlier. And then we're going to choose what attributes we want to send to MailChimp. So I'm going to click here and search for email, that attribute we created in the user input plugin. Click continue. Perfect. I'm going to click continue again. And now we're going to add the next step, which will send the data from Chatfuel to MailChimp in this case. But again, you can pick any number of supported apps on Zapier, which are quite plentiful. I'm going to select MailChimp here. We'll add/update subscriber. I'll select the account I've previously logged in, choose the list that I'd like to send the information to, in this case, leads from Chatfuel, a dedicated list for this demo. We'll choose the email field that we passed through in the first step. We can just skip past these other options for the time being. And now, instead of sending a test to MailChimp, since we haven't actually gone through the experience yet, we're going to click Skip Test and then Finish, because before we can pass through any data, we actually need to activate the Zap. So I'm going to click this slider to toggle it on, and then I'll name it just Chatfuel to MailChimp, for example. Perfect. Now we can actually go into Chatfuel and send through that data, then look at our newsletter list and make sure that the data has been sent successfully. So I'm going to test the experience here in Chatfuel. I'll supply my email address. I'll make a random one saying randomandrew@gmail.com. It says thanks. Perfect. So now let's go into MailChimp and confirm that that email has been added as a subscriber. Sometimes it may take a few moments just because of the Zapier plan that you're using. If you're not on the Pro plan, it may take a few seconds or potentially some minutes. So perfect. We have successfully transmitted this subscriber from the bot into MailChimp. If we so choose, we could even on this list enable an onboarding email so they automatically get emailed once they're added to the list. The potential is truly unlimited using Zapier and all the integrations at your disposal. In the next video, we'll talk about how you can use the Import via Zapier plugin.